Hi everyone, happy Monday. So I have a few things I want to show you as you get started this week. So your reading for this week I hope is pretty enjoyable. We have three short stories. The first is called The Veldt by Ray Bradbury, very popular science fiction writer. What I think is amazing about this is even though it's written in 1950, I think it's still speaking about our relationship with technology today. Next, we have a short story called Spider the Artist. This is kind of looking into the future and imagining, well, a pretty grim future and the ways in which we, let's say, like guard and sometimes even hoard resources and the relationships that can come out of that. It also really thinks about the power of music and the power of art. Lastly, you'll read The Mark of Cain. This is fairly short, and I will warn you, does have a fair amount of kind of violence and sex all mixed together in a way that is intentionally pretty troubling to us. So you'll read those three short stories, and then you have two assignments this week. The first is fairly self-explanatory. It's just a quiz. The quiz covers these three readings and the PowerPoint presentation. I think that you'll find that it's pretty manageable. It's only 5 questions, and that is due Sunday. The other piece, and what I want to go through with you today, is the response paper. So a response paper is different from an analysis paper where you're making an argument about what you think the piece is really about. In a response paper, you're just giving me your response. How did you react to the short story? What do you think about it? What do you as a reader bring to this? So for this assignment, you need to pick one of the 3 short stories and write your response. This is a fairly informal paper, so feel free to write in the first person. If you're having trouble kind of getting started, look at the questions I've posed after each story in the PowerPoint. That can be a great kind of jumping off point. So this assignment is 250 words, in other words, 1 double-spaced page. You also need to put a quotation at the top of your paper. So before you get into your response, give me 1 quotation. I'd like you to use that quotation as an anchor to kind of focus your response. So as an example, if I chose a quotation from the Veldt, "You're," as in George, "beginning to feel unnecessary too. Am I?" He paused and tried to feel into himself to see what was really there. After this quotation, I could write about how I reacted to the quotation itself, the kind of disturbed sense of what's real and what isn't real, what gives us purpose, what's necessary, what's unnecessary, and of course the role of technology. A response paper can't be wrong, right? Your response is unique to you. It's just thinking about what you've read so far. So you'll follow kind of the normal formatting, and I did a quick example here for you. So I wrote about reality in the digital world. And I just got started here, but you'll see I mentioned why I picked the quotation, and then kind of got into the analysis of what I think might be really happening here. So this made me wonder about what truly is real in the lives of George and Lydia and in the lives of their children, because I'd argue they have very different senses of reality. I think that for George and Lydia, real means, and then I'm going to dig into that idea. The rubric is fairly self-explanatory. Each section is worth 25 points. The response, I'm looking for a thoughtful response. So you're avoiding plot summary. I've read all these pieces, so you don't need to spend your kind of precious 1 word or 1 page rather limit on plot. And then you clearly spent some time thinking about the deeper meaning of the story. If you're on your way there, but haven't quite kind of dug as deep as I'd like, we're looking at 20 points. 15 points if it's a mixture of your analysis and plot summary, and then 10 points if it's just plot summary. Word count, very simple. It just needs to be at least 250 words. Including the quotation, another easy 25 points right there. Make sure that it's at the top of your paper, just like I've set up right here. And then lastly, as always, grammar, typos, and formatting. If you have any questions at all or would like to share a draft with me, please don't hesitate. The best way to get in touch with me is through my email. Anticipate getting quite a bit of graded work back this week. That was kind of my big weekend project, and I'll start pushing those things out once I've completed the whole class. As always, Questions, comments, concerns, anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Fastest way to get a hold of me is through my email. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to try my office phone. Hope that you're having a good week.